What's happened in the ransomware space? What are we seeing that's new and interesting in ransomware?
I think probably the one that comes to mind first is obviously going to be WannaCry, because that went just so crazy and spread so rapidly, and would have had a much far-reaching effect had they not kind of gotten lucky and that one researcher sinkholed the domain.
Yeah, WannaCry is really the first ransomware worm that we've seen, and really one of the first network worms that has spread globally in years, pretty much since Configure back in 2008.
Well, much like Samza, it took the idea of, I'm not going to stick with just one machine. I'm going to use quite low-hanging fruit to spread. Also, we saw with WannaCry potentially a different kind of actor behind it with different motivations.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So, I think, so we definitely saw a little more of the type of adversary that actually looks for external exploits and vulnerabilities. We obviously still have exploit kits and a lot of phishing still going on, but we're now seeing multiple families that are being spread via RDP, OpenRDP, which is amazingly still common, other web application exploits, and they're just going in manually, essentially, and implanting it, and now asking for much larger sums at times as well.
Yeah, ransomware really sort of sweeps up the whole low-lying fruit out on the internet of potentially vulnerable systems, where those attacks used to be maybe people stealing data from those systems, you never know about it. When your files get encrypted and they're held for ransom, you're suddenly very aware that you've had an intrusion.
So you have your financially motivated attacker who has traditionally looked at stealing and monetizing data or other methods to actually make money. And now they've found that ransomware is has a very quick return on investment, is very effective, and it's their new tool.
What else have we seen that's new with ransomware this year?
I think one of them was the odd one where you had the option of you either had to pay the ransom or you could then basically hurt other people that you know by getting them infected, and then your machine would be released, but then now some of your friends or family or maybe people you didn't like had to get infected for that, and they were careful enough that they could tell if it was a virtual environment, so you couldn't just spin up something like a VM to try to trick them into thinking they'd been successful.
Yeah, I think that one was called Popcorn Time, the social network of ransomware.
Messed up.
Yes.
Pretty messed up.
Absolutely messed up.
Now, we definitely see these actors looking into more novel ideas, such as instead of firing off quickly and creating their ransom, they'll hide in the background for 5 weeks, which is just beyond your backup cycle, and that will inform you not only is your machine encrypted, but your backups are as well.
And it gets even more kind of amusing when we start seeing some of these adversaries now not even using ransomware, but merely the threat of ransomware, starting to send these ransom notes saying there's the classic, we're going to DDoS you unless you pay us X amount of Bitcoin. But now we also have them kind of a little more advanced where they're now holding databases and things like that for ransom, where you just have publicly accessible databases due to poor policy, and these guys just take it down, leave a little note saying if you want your database back, pay us X amount.